Thursday. Good morning. Hey now. PASW staff, clients, friends, hope you enjoyed Ben Webster. And thank you, Jode, for reintroducing me to his music, because I didn't realize what a genius he was on the saxophone. So that was lovely. Film scoring results are in for Dead Poets Society. This is our final week of new classes. We're going to be rehearsing for the holiday show. So this, we'll get back to classes, of course, later, but we'll be doing reruns, so I'll make another announcement. But having said that, reruns starting next week. We won't do new film submissions, obviously, so when I say get this into me, no need to get it in, because we'll be showing reruns, because we'll be rehearsing for the holiday show, so no need to send me music. Okay, housekeeping business, that's out of the way. So we were talking Tuesday about John Rutter. We're going to talk a little bit about him and listen to an interview that's just so lovely and eloquent, how he talks about something that we do. I mean, we'll get to it, but recap, one of the most successful living composers of choral music and of carols. Carols like festive song. Carols are around holidays, right? Mostly. So Christmas carol is a song or a hymn. With the theme of Christmas, having that. So we all know carols, and you go to the church, or people sing them around town. And I just thought it would be nice to, since the weather's changing, since fall's happening, since the season is kind of changing. So we should look at the beautiful music of John Rutter. So he's English, right? Born in 1945, so 76, and started the Cambridge Singers. That's his choir, where he orchestrates, conducts, and composes his music. Probably my most favorite song in the world, if I had to maybe choose, would be Donkey Carol. How lovely and delightful is that? It's so a breath of fresh air. Every time, it's so hard for me to pass up. A very simple song. Listen to it again. Tell me see if you notice something interesting. It's in 5/4. So usually popular music's in 4/4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. This one sounds like a waltz, but it's not a waltz. It's a waltz with 2 extra beats. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It gives it a different kind of feel, an exciting feel. That's not why it makes it great. It doesn't make it great because of that, but it's just an interesting thing where you're like, oh yeah, I guess it is in 5/4, and hardly anything's in 5/4. I mean, popular music, very few things are. So I just thought I'd point that out. We also talked how he said he's not a religious person, particularly religious, but he spent his life writing religious music, and that's interesting. He said he's spiritual, and we talked about how other composers write that aren't particularly religious, but they are spiritual. There's a difference between spirituality and organized religion, of course, and we won't go into that, but always find that interesting that you can, but it's just like writers, right? Just because you write a story doesn't mean those things actually happen to you. just because you write a composition doesn't, but it is personal, but maybe it's a different part of our brain that's being used. Who knows? Again, these are all things we don't know, and that's part of the beauty of it, is that the ambiguity sometimes. Here's a little clip of John Rutter speaking about singing, about choir, and I just thought it's so beautiful because what he says about, because this is what we do. I mean, we have a choir, we sing. We don't have an organized choir, but we sing every day when, either on Zoom or, every day in class when we're in person. And I love that, just pay close attention to what he says about the importance of having a choir.
Choral music is not one of life's frills. It's something that goes to the very heart of our humanity, our sense of community, and our souls. You express, when you sing, your soul in song. And when you get together with a group of other singers, it becomes more than the sum of the parts. All of those people are pouring out their hearts and souls in perfect harmony, which is kind of an emblem for what we need in this world when so much of the world is at odds with itself, that just to express in symbolic terms what it's like when human beings are in harmony, that's a lesson for our times and for all time. I profoundly believe that. And musical excellence is, of course, at the heart of it. But even if a choir is not the greatest in the world, the fact that they are meeting together has a social value. It has a communal value. And I always say that a church or a school without a choir is like a body without a soul. We have to have a soul in our lives. And everybody tells me who has sung in a choir that they feel better for doing it. That whatever the cares of the day, if they maybe meet after a long day's school or work, that somehow you leave your troubles at the door, and when you're sitting there making music for a couple hours at the end of the day, that's the only thing that matters at that moment. And you walk away refreshed. You walk away renewed. And that's a value that goes just beyond the music itself. Of course, as a musician, I put the music at the heart of it, but all of these other values just stand out as a beacon. I think our politicians need to take note. My gosh, do they ever. And our educators, those who decide education budgets, church budgets, just need to remember it's not a frill. It's like a great oak that rises up from the center of the human race and spreads its branches everywhere. That's what music does for us. And choral music must stand as one of the supreme examples of it.
I just love that singing's a metaphor for living life in harmony. That's what he says, living life in harmony, and that having a choir is a metaphor for all of us getting along or trying to get along. There's something so beautiful about that. When I did this class on Dodger Stadium, I was like, how could this relate to music, Dodger Stadium? And then we thought together, the seventh inning stretch when we sing Take Me Out to the Ball Game. It's very strange when you think, okay, during this whole game, everyone's gonna stop and we're just gonna all stand up and sing. We do that, but that's so absurd kind of when you think about it. Why would that happen? But it is kind of a really nice thing that happens. And other than church, there's no other time. I mean, I guess we do the Star Spangled Banner before a concert, but I think singing does help, and I think singing can be therapeutic. Even if we're not professional singers, some of us are, but if we're not, and I don't particularly like singing, but I think I probably do feel better when I do, it's probably one of those things that does make us feel better. I know my brother loves singing in the car. Sometimes he'll be on the phone with me and say, okay, well, I need, I've had a tough day, so I need to hang up because I need to sing. to get some of this out. So it's so important, and so it is a great, being in a choir, and a choir is a great metaphor for life. So I really wanted to just talk about some of that and play you how great he talks about that idea. So we'll think about that. Okay, tomorrow film scoring results for Dead Poets Society. Can't wait to show you that, and love you guys. Thanks for watching these. It means a lot to me. It means a lot to, yeah. And I'll see you tomorrow. Okay, bye.